Hi, Benny. Thank you. And I think that's a really good question. So if I was starting out as a student today, number one, I don't think you need to learn to code to be in legal tech personally, and I'll tell you why. Compared to when I first started back in 2016, 13, like a decade ago, the legal industry has moved on when it comes to tech and law. Most of these jobs, I think, require curiosity and creativity. And I know that might sound a bit surprising or controversial. So for example, from my experience at the Clifford Chance training contract, when I did my innovation seat, I learned that actually it's more important to understand how different functions of a tech-enabled team work. So knowing how to talk to developers, knowing how to talk to, let's say, UX designers, knowing how to talk to the legal project managers, and bringing all these different teams in and what they care about, and seeing how you can translate a problem into a solution for a client. And understanding that their problem and then bringing all those groups of people together is just as important. And that actually just requires a bit of, tech savvy, know-how, and emotional intelligence. And I think that's just a very underrated skill. So start looking at how law firms and what is driving their clients will affect them, because that is the biggest thing that you have to think about. Number two, compared to when I was starting out, there are now way more events addressing this industry. So for example, the biggest one that most people would know is Legal Geek. They've been around for so long, and they have what's called a tech startup map. And I'll try and put a little link somewhere here in whatever space that I have around me. But it shows all the different legal tech startups that are in this industry serving law firms and their clients. And so if you want to know what's out there, do a little deep dive and in that little map to see what products are out there and what problems they're solving for law firms as well as their clients. Most of these events as well tend to have a discount for students or a subsidy. So for example, I recently spoke at LegalTechTalks this year. They had 4,000 lawyers from around the world and their vendors in one space. Now, if you're a student, they actually want student volunteers each year to help the event run smoothly. And you might be thinking, why would I do that? Well, because it gives you free access to this very expensive ticket and event to then talk to those leading industry thought leaders and the people that are doing the thing on the ground. And the last one, and I have to do a huge disclaimer here because I do sit on the advisory board, is the Society for Computers and Law. However, this society changed my life when I graduated in 2016, because I ended up being the youngest person on the advisory board, and I have been able to sit alongside people like Richard Susskind, Lord Tim Clement Jones, and the highest court judges in this country, and different legal professionals who are at the forefront of legal tech and tech law. So again, the SCL, Society for Computers and Law, does have free memberships for students and trainees if that's something that you're looking to, and they do a lot of events that they will subsidize or let you have a free ticket to attend. The other one is just make yourself known. Don't underestimate the power of LinkedIn and how far it can go for you. Even if you're just a student, you can still be smart about it and how you use it to network, how you use it to keep contacts and keep on top of what the industry is doing. Now, everyone and their mother and their dog has a blog or a TikTok or an Instagram. I don't necessarily think that everyone needs to do this, and I know pot kettle black because I do have these, but I think LinkedIn is such an underrated resource. So let's say, for example, if you're really interested in AI or a particular subject in tech or legal tech, or how, let's say, new roles are being made in the legal industry, you can start posting little tidbits and bulletins on LinkedIn. And the reason why you would do this is because it will bring your profile in front of the right people. So for example, when I was in uni, I started writing about tech law, legal tech, etc. And actually the way I got my first job was because my manager found me because I was writing about legal tech and tech law. So again, start writing about what you're interested in, build your thought leadership, etc. And finally, connected to that point is that a lot of lawyers are required by their law firms to do what's called business development, which is just a way of luring in clients and getting the right eyeballs on the law firm. And a lot of them, you'll see, they do blog posts via the firm, but also on their own personal LinkedIns, they'll give personal professional opinions on where they think the industry is going on various topics. So if you have a specific one, just do a little deep dive one afternoon on LinkedIn and see which lawyers are talking about that topic. And once in a while, give them a like, leave a comment, and you'll be surprised just how that small interaction can sometimes lead to open doors. And above all else, I think sometimes don't forget why this is so important for the legal industry. In my opinion, for example, this is all about how do we, A, as lawyers, deliver better, more efficient and cost-effective services to clients, but actually B, our clients are becoming more savvy, cost-wise and technology-wise, and so how do we meet that demand? So those are the kind of pressures that most law firms are looking at and feeling at the moment. So I hope this answer helps, and I'm happy to answer more questions. So thank you again for your question.